and now joined in the studio by a cup hero. We're very excited to have. I was able to get a Macclesfield fan, but we've got someone who was in the squad at the weekend, Shea Callister. Shea, thanks so much for coming in.
Nice one.
First of all, I mean, people hear you're a Scouser, you've not had to come far.
I know, yeah.
A few Scousers in the team, isn't there?
Plenty.
Yeah, but to experience that at the weekend is phenomenal. To put it into context for people who are maybe international, who are watching, you know, it was called the biggest cup shock of all time.
So.
And statistically, when you look at it, you look at the gap between the two teams, the fact that they won it last year, the fact that they're playing in Europe this season, how strong they are. Like, for Macclesfield, like, what's the week like for you? Because you're not training every day, you're not full-time, you're not professional. So what tier are you in, and what is your week like as a team?
So, National League North, so it's Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, National League, like the conference, and National League North, and there's National League South. So we're not even in the conference. So when it's a non-league team, we train Tuesdays and Thursdays, but most weeks we'll have a game Tuesday. So you train them once a week, really, if you look at it. So we actually had a game against Radcliffe on Tuesday night, which we won, and then it was just training Thursday. But our pitch was, I don't know why, we couldn't train on our actual training pitch, which is the stadium. So we trained at a different venue, Platt Lane. And we were literally out for an hour and a half and done. And then we were trying on tracksuits, which we didn't actually have to take home that day. So we had to, someone got them for us Friday and we were all picking them up Friday to wear Saturday. But I can imagine them training on their Astro Thursday, Friday, staying in the best hotel. And then, like, even before the game, like...
Maybe even flying up to Manchester or whatever,
Like, me and the Scouse lads all go up in the same car and I drove. And we went to a Gale's coffee shop and seeing Jack Grealish come out and we were like, get on him. We were happy with that. So our pre-match was lattes and porridge. And obviously, I don't know what they had, but if you look at it like that...
Wouldn't have been in Shane's coffee.
No, definitely not. It's an unbelievable day. Like, just even the week leading up, like, we're all just like... Even like we got a text saying the media of the day, like 11 o'clock, this is happening, 11:15, this is happening, like the camera comes in. And even that's a bit like, in my opinion, I was a bit like, even that's an experience in itself. Like seeing the faces, like filming round. Like, do you know when they come in and present with the live changing room and they brought the FA Cup in? Don't know if it was the real one, but they brought it in and it's just like, this is enough. And then to go on and beat them is just unbelievable. Like,
and for all of you, I mean, you're all great footballers, but we were chatting before coming down about your career, if you call it that. You're 19, but you start and, you know, being at certain clubs, getting released by others, you know, having trials and stuff like that. Listen, everyone at Macclesfield is a brilliant footballer, but for all of you, you know, you'll have had times over the last year or two or whatever that you're like, am I going to make it? Who are we going to play for it? Am I better off, you know, concentrating on a job outside and like playing Saturdays with me mates and stuff like that. So you've all been through that. So to have this experience together must have been incredible with all your mates.
Yeah, like I actually played yesterday for my Sunday team. So it's even there, they're all like, what's going on? It's just like, I don't know. So even like some of us, most of the lads work, some don't, some do. And it's just like, just a mad group. And it's I can't really put it into words. Like, as I said, I was speaking to someone and they were like, so, they beat Liverpool in the Charity Shield? And I was like, yeah. And they beat us in the league. And, and you're playing? I was like, yeah. And like, so what chance have you got? I was just like, we haven't really, but just turn them over.
So on the day, people would have seen John Rooney's the manager, Wayne Rooney's brother.
Yeah.
Wayne comes. I met Wayne a few months ago for the first time. I really liked him. He's quite sort of down to earth guy. But even having someone come in who's like, is he still England's record appearance holder? I think he is record goal scorer and stuff like that. Even having him coming in and saying hello and stuff must have made the whole thing so surreal. You've got all these cameras and everything else. There's these England players coming in and the away dressing room. The week before there was like, you know, who knows what. It must have just all added to the surrealness, but then at the same time, for the players, you've got to go out there and play.
Yeah, like, so obviously I was on the bench and at one point, like, not to blow us up, but our keeper went down so we could, like, sort stuff out, really. Be like, right, we'll win. I think we were 2-0 up at the time. no, it was the 65th minute, so I think it was 1-0. And you're like, right, go down and just warm up so it's not like, get up, you're fine. So I'm warming up and like that Maxence LaCroix is warming up next to me. I'm just like, he's in my FIFA team. I'm just like, what's going on? And like everywhere you look, it's just a face, and it's just so surreal. And that we've gone on, and like what happened in weeks before, like we lost our teammate Ethan in a car crash, and after the game, he went on his own, and we were just like, we were all heartbroken. Like we all got together the next few days, and we were just like, it's like, we're a tight-knit group, but that was like, it was something else. Like, it's a deeper like feeling and meaning. I like crying in your teammates' arms. It's just like, obviously Liverpool have had to deal with that, and it was one of the most like surreal feelings. Like you never think it's going to happen to you. And when you see like players die of heart attacks in this league, and like when Jota died, it's like, what? That close to home, and then it happens to one of your teammates. It's like, are we going to like come back from this? And we've been doing well in games before that, and we've won and other things, but it's still there. Do you know what I mean? And like, we done a Military Islands. I weren't there for the Chester game, but I think it was Chester. No, Buxton it was on Boxing Day. I weren't there for that. But it's just like, we've gone from that, and I don't, if you've seen the second goal, the ball is flying all over the place. And like, Isaac does a very good finish, but it's just going in. The keeper's not, like, it's like he can't get his foot out, he can't get his hand out, and I like to think that was Ethan that, helping that get across the line, and I think all the lads felt him there with us, and he definitely gave us a hand, like, 1,000,000%. So even that just, it means a lot to us, really, definitely.
I mean, as young lads, it's so much to have been through in the season, like the lows and the highs of life, and you're just 19, and to have all this sort of happen to you must feel quite overwhelming sometimes.
It was like, I know I'm 19, and I was a professional footballer for a year, but I've been on trial after trial from when I left Salford to when I signed for Hull. It was trial after trial after trial, and I just didn't want to give up. And then get let go by Hull, and again, trial, I just don't have it in me to give up. And then end up at Macclesfield on trial, and they say, right, we'll sign you. And I'm just like, right, well, the next best thing, and I want to be there. And now I'm just waiting for me chance, and then things like that happen, and it's worth it. It just makes it all worth it, and just like, even now the next round, I think we're all going up to the ground tonight to watch.
I was going to ask that, you're going to get together.
I could either go to the Liverpool game or go and watch the draw, but it's just like, it's a 50-50, isn't it? Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go to the stadium, the Macclesfield Stadium, and watch it with the lads. But even that, like the third round draw, we got to experience that together, and we get to do that again now. And it's just like, them little moments just add up to it, and to the point where the game is like, the game's just a bonus. Like, you get all like the media stuff, you get all like the build up, like the excitement. Like the night before, I could not sleep. Like the whole day before, because we don't train on the Friday. So we're just waiting around. So I've literally didn't want to go to the gym just in case anything happened, if a weight dropped on my foot. Because I just had,
I wouldn't even get a plate after coming at me, like,
come on, or anything, and I can't. I'm just sitting in my house and just waiting there all day. I was in a bad mood because I just wanted the day to come. Couldn't wait, just like a kid on Christmas Eve. And then it comes and that happens. It was like just next level, especially like when you're sharing it with lads like Max Waltman. I was sat next on the bench. He was playing the Champions League for Liverpool. Me and him parking up. We couldn't park in the club car park because the amount of camera trucks that had filled the gaps. Me and him are trying to find a place to park, and it's a nightmare. We're just like that walking in. We're like, my head's gone already. Yeah.
I don't think Alexis Maccallister has to worry about parking in Anfield tonight.
Definitely not. So me and him were walking out, fuming like, why can't we just park outside? And then you're walking past Michael Antonio, another presenter. You go in, there's just cameras in your face, and you're like, all right. But I just could not wait. Couldn't wait for the day to start.
Yeah, you mentioned Max there, and he's gone on for Liverpool. He's sort of experienced that, and now he's with you. Sort of, how was it for him? Because
I said to him, because he's played in the FA Cup, and we've got other players like me mate James Edmondson, known all my life, is on loan from Blackburn. There's Lewis Lacey, who's is Shea plays for Man United at the minute.
The weekend, yeah.
And got the Marnie Miller, Isaac Buckley-Ricketts, Danny Elliott. There's a good few that I can... Cameron Borthwick-Johnson's played for Man United. Can't think of any more. Luke Matheson scored against United in the FA Cup. So there's players there like that. And I've never... The closest I've been is I was 19th man for Salford once, but I weren't on the bench. I was on the bench if someone got injured. So that's the closest I've been. So I actually said to Max, I was like, does this feel for you like how it would when you come on for Liverpool? He's like, it's a different feeling because playing for Liverpool in the FA Cup against, I think it was Shrewsbury, is like, right, we've got to win this game here. And this isn't a one-off. Liverpool are in the FA Cup in the third round. He was like, we've had to work to get to here. So it feels like there's more on it. Like it's a deeper feeling because of we should not be playing them. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't fit in. Like, we shouldn't be there on the telly. We are. So it's just like, if we get our chance, just got to take it.
And you certainly did. And it must be hard to describe the feelings after the game. People might have seen the dressing room singing Adele. Some decent voices in there, to be fair. Like,
a few, like,
a few crooners, so, but just that moment. Like,
so even like that, like, the fans are on the pitch. And I ran into the keeper in the centre half and just stayed with them. And then bodies are just grabbing you and you're like, I wanted to find me mum and dad and me family. So I'm like, where are they? And then I want to find like Edo, Duffy, Lewis and that. And I'm like, so you don't know where to go. So they set up like a little thing around the tunnel where no fans can get to. So you're just with the fans then. I see me family, I see me mates, and then we all went in the changing room. And a few lads were waiting out for like Palace shirts, but then I've gone in and there's music on, and then everyone's in there together. Then we was singing, oh man, we're like, what do we do now? Just like, I didn't want to get a shower yet. I just had to like go where the celebrations are, and we're all just we were in the bar having a few drinks. Like we're all still our kit on and that. And our captain Dawson still had his headband on. Is like stitched up where his head was cut. And we were in there for another 3 or 4 hours before we end up getting showers and then go out to where we were going. But you don't know what to do with yourself. Like, we weren't expecting to win, but there was a feeling that we can. Like, anything can happen. That was always there, but it's like, we're just going to have to live in the moment here and just go with it, because you can't plan stuff like that. Like, there was never anything after. Like, I'm sure on the media said interview with Mark Gahey and the manager, where
they're just thinking they've won, so we'll speak to the winning
captain. In the end, we're speaking to Paul Dawson, our manager, and it's just like, even stuff like that, I was just shocked at, like, how have we done it? How have we done it?
So the draws tonight, it's before the Liverpool game. I guess all the Scouse lads want to get Liverpool or Everton, and all the Mancs want to go. Well, they can't go to Manchester United. But maybe City. Etihad and go and play City. And,
like, Lewis wanted to play against Shea. Lewis wanted to play against Shea, and you've gone further than United and Everton. So anything can happen now. So they're ruled out. Wouldn't like City. I don't think they're going to give us a chance like Palace did.
Yeah, 10-1 against Exeter is quite humbling.
If we want City, it's like a catch-22. Like, do you want to have the chance of them at home and maybe beating them, or do you want to go and play at one of the biggest stadiums in the world? So I'm open for Liverpool just to be at Anfield, get to warm up at Anfield, and if anything happens, I'm on the pitch. So that's my dream. But we all said that last round. We all thought we were getting Liverpool for the third round. So maybe it's still there. Maybe it's written that we are meant to get them. Like your Chelsea aways, Arsenal. I think they'd be good just for like the day out, and we're up in London and that in the capital. So any of them. But I don't want to put it out there. But there's teams in the like you just don't want to bother with it.
Yeah, because I mean you come all this way. I can say it would almost be disappointing if you got like a League Two team. Now it sounds like you're not being humble or whatever, but after you're in the fourth round, you're one of the big boys.
It might not ever happen again.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think you're being like you've got a dream.
And obviously no disrespect to them, it'll still be unbelievable. We've got to the fourth round, and maybe it's a slight more chance of winning, but you want Liverpool, don't you?
Yeah,
me personally.
Well, what's funny is obviously the draw is before the game.
Yeah.
So you could get Liverpool and then
don't.
Like,
don't want Barnsley away.
You're a Liverpool
fan. I do not want Barnsley away.
You're a Liverpool fan. You'll be watching that game like more than you'll be wanting Liverpool to win that more than the Champions League final in Madrid.
Can't explain. That would be the so. My dad's got a season ticket. Me and my dad's got season tickets, so he can just be in his season ticket when we play that game.
No,
so that's another 2 spare there if anyone wants any. So yeah, I don't even want to put it out there. Liverpool or Barnsley first, and then Arnett comes out second. And if we play Barnsley away, it'll be the worst day of my life.
Yeah, you've talked a lot about what it means to you as lads, as players who've been through a lot and had a lot of ups and downs in your years already at 19. But away for the people running the club as well, because Macclesfield was dead. You know, people might not realise. I was saying to you before, you know, in my head, like, Macclesfield are quite a big non-league club, but they went to the wall effectively, and then there's what happens in these situations that people in the community refuse to admit that the football club's gone, or refuse to accept, should I say, that the football club's gone. And there'll be people there who've done a lot there to build it back up, and they deserve that day just as much as you guys do.
Like, you've got to mention our kit man, Jed. Like, he's on everything. He's nuts, and if I don't mention him, he'll have a go at me. He's one of the, so he's like, he worked for City when City were having a nightmare. Like, before they got all the money put in, and he used to say to them, "We'll be the biggest team in the world one day." And obviously they're not, but they've won. Yeah. They've won it all. So he said, I think he said on BBC Radio the morning of the game, we're the lowest team left in the competition, and they're the reigning champions. I think it's written for us to win today. And he probably believes that. He's nuts. He probably thinks that we will have. And when we got in the car, one of the lads, Regan, said, "Jed said that. It is written, isn't it?" And you're just like, yeah. And then we go on and do it. And at 2-0, so I couldn't sit on the bench any longer. I was stood up, and I was stood next to him, and he went, "Imagine we win the FA Cup." And I was just like, Jed,
just trying to get through this.
Hang on a minute. We're taking pictures of the 2-0 signs. Like, remember when we were beating Palace 2-0? And then we beat them. And then, look, that you'd have said we'll never beat Palace, and we're not. I don't want to say it, but don't want to say we're not going to win the FA Cup. But if he's saying it and what he says happens, you never know. You never know. So next round, it's just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the belief that we've all got now, like, we don't want it to end. And like, I think it'll even help in the league. Like, when you've got all this belief and you've got something going, you want to play better, and everyone wants to be in the team, because when that game comes, it's the biggest game of some players' lives, isn't it? And the opposition we're playing against can do things for other, like, younger players and that. So from everyone's got the part to play, I think, like, from the media, people sorting everything out, because that must be a nightmare, to Jed, the kit man, who won't let us keep our shirts because we need them for the next game, to, like, obviously Fran and John, the assistant and manager. It's just I don't think it'll ever happen again. A team that low beats the reigning champions. I don't think that'll ever happen again.
I mean, you just a small point there just sums it up really well, because Steven Gerrard, the best game he ever plays, he's got the shirt up in his house from the game. You can't, because you've got to wash it, because you're playing in it next week.
We've got the FA Cup badges on it. He's going to have to rip them off so then we can fly it, and he's going to have to put them back on. So if he doesn't, I'm going to have a word with him, but I need the FA Cup badge back on it. But then, actually no, now, because then we'll have the 4th round one, and hopefully we get, if we're lucky, we'll get singular shirts for that game. One off with the embroidery. Yeah. Macclesfield versus Liverpool. So we'll get to keep them as well. And even the ball we got to play with. So they have their own winner's ball with, it's like blue and white mitre ball with, like, like the red arrow on it, but they have gold on it. So even warming up with them and seeing them, and obviously the lads played them, it's just like, that's another little thing that ball's done now. She's only played one game. And I don't know if a few people managed to get their hands on some and take them on or not, but I know I never. So even things like that, allegedly that's going in a case. So look after that one as well.
Shea, thanks so much for coming in. Best of luck at the draw. We'll all be looking out now for who you get. And if you get Liverpool, will you come back in and do a little preview?
Definitely. if I'm not going missing, like, I've been missing to be at them.
Top man, cheers.
Definitely nice one.